Welcome to another edition of the Saturday Night Snap Count. Listen, man, this is a special edition. We normally only do this during the college football season, but we're here for a special edition. A lot of stuff going on in college football and the Super Bowl tomorrow, man. So, listen, we're going to talk about a couple of things and get it jumping like this. I'm your boy, Coach I, man, and we'll bring it on in after this.
No, I got you on this one, Coach. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fanatic. Where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina. Upstate, A64. Yeah. The FANATTIC. The fanatic where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call.
That's right, man. We're in here for a special episode of the Saturday Night Snap Count. Again, we usually do this during the college football season, but we got some college football stuff to talk about, some real ball talk tonight, man. So if you don't know real ball, man, this might not be the place for you. So we're going to talk some real ball tonight, man. We're going to bring in our guys, man. What's going on, Stat Guy? Hold on.
How you doing?
Chilling. What you been up to, my guy?
Hey, man, just another day in paradise, counting the days down. 29 Saturdays to go, baby. Ready to turn this thing up.
The official National Signing Day was this past Wednesday. We done forgot all about that, man. So we got to talk about that too, man. Bringing our other guy, man. It's my guy, Shawty Parker. What's going on, Shawty?
Gentlemen, how's it going?
Hey, man, it's Saturday night. No better time to talk some college football. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Hey, man, we got the Super Bowl tomorrow, fellas. Super Bowl tomorrow. Listen, just to start it out, we got the Niners and the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? There's some dogs playing in that game. There's a Gamecock or two playing in that game. Who you taking, Shawty?
Hey, man, it's hard to bet against Mahomes.
Even though they don't have the better team, quote unquote.
Again, it's hard to bet against Mahomes.
What about you, Jeff? You old Cowboys fan. I know you hate him, but
I hate either option, so I'm gonna go with the Gamecocks. Give me the 49ers and Deebo Samuel and Kinlaw on the defensive line. So I'm gonna stick with my Gamecock boys. Hope they get some Super Bowl rings. Everybody else, whatever.
Well,
I'm a Cowboy fan too.
That is right. You are a Cowboy fan. The 49ers being there, I'm pretty sure y'all don't like that. But listen, at least Robert Bill does have a chance to, a dog that has a chance to win 3 straight. He won 2 back-to-back natties in college. Mm-hmm. Now he's a rookie and going for a championship there, man. So
the wideout, what's his name? The guy?
Charlie. Charlie Warner's on the team. He's a dog as well, but
guy played for the 49ers. I can't think his name. Last name started with an M. I can't think his name. Tall guy with the dreads. I can't think his name. Fast. Can't even think his name. But yeah.
Well, I don't know that, but Kansas City got a couple of dogs too. But man, I'm like y'all, man. It's Mahomes, dog. Like, what we doing? Like Mahomes. It's hard to bet against Mahomes, dog.
He's trying to get put on Mount Rushmore already.
Already, dog. You know what I'm saying? Already. If he win this one, how can you keep him off? How can you keep him off? And this dude played at didn't he play at Texas Tech?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the ranking people doing with that one? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why
he was there with Cliff, right?
Yeah, he was there with Cliff. And my guy Mike Dub in the building. Say, wipe y'all feet. We appreciate you, Mike Dub. Sooner Legends podcast. Y'all check out Mike Dub, man. Sooner Legends podcast, Oklahoma fan, man. Talk a lot of the history of Oklahoma football, man, and some good content over there. Y'all make sure y'all go over to Sooner Legends and check him out. My guy Wallace Smith in the building. What's going on, man? Coaches movement is crazy, but the highest bidder wins. Hey, man. Hey, we living in a day where you get hired as an OC, you might not even make it to the season, dog. You might just be the OC for a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? And that's we're gonna talk about that, man. Chip Kelly going out here to the Buckeyes. Bill O'Brien had came out there. I guess he found a better place to go, and then they found Chip Kelly, dog. Like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. It's hard to keep up now, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I like Kelly better than Bill.
I like Kelly better than Bill too, man. Like Bill, you know, and the Alabama fans would let you know that when he was in Alabama, they definitely was not happy with his
Right.
you know, offensive play calling. So, and I think Chip Kelly's always been able to call plays everywhere he go. So now he don't have to really worry about all that other stuff and just go in there and call plays. It might be dangerous, man. So I mean, that's the first thing I want to talk about anyway. Ohio State out here like the 2009 Yankees, man, the highest payroll in the sport. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Cashing checks, baby.
Oh, stat.
Yeah.
Ryan Day. He gonna buy him a championship this year?
Nah, Ryan Day probably just hired his replacement.
Wow. You take Chip Kelly over Ryan Day?
Oh, I don't think they're gonna win a national championship this year. And if they mess around and don't win that Big Ten with the money they've spent in NIL, now bringing in Chip Kelly.
So
That's
look. So okay, me and Shaw was talking about it, and I think me and you talked about it too. Hey man, we got another guest coming on the pod, man. Let's go ahead and bring him on in, man. It's a first timer on this pod, but he's our guy from the Sharpshooters podcast. It's Brisky Sharp. What's going on, Brisky?
What's going on, Coach?
Hey man, welcome
Hey,
into
man.
the fan for the first time, man.
Oh yeah, man. I said I had to make an appearance with y'all, man.
Right. Listen, we just quickly open up with who we think gonna win the Super Bowl. You know, Alabama got some players on both sides or whatever, so your interest could be divided. You know what I'm saying? Who you going with?
I'm gonna say the 49ers.
With Mr. Irrelevant at the helm, huh?
Hey, man. This is feeling like I'm not saying that he's Tom Brady at all. That's not what I'm saying. So let's get that out of the way real quick. It's feeling like the year that the Patriots beat the Rams when everybody with Tom Brady and them, and everybody just thinking Tom Brady, Mr. Irrelevant and all that. Oh, he ain't no X factor, nothing. But he showed you what he can do. I think Brock Purdy is the reason why they're here.
So
in a lot of ways, I'm not saying that Chris McCaffrey they are the main reason, but I'm still saying I don't think they would have made it this far without him, because you need the quarterback. It ain't, their defense is good, but it ain't been great like it was in years past.
Right. So look, this is one thing, and then we'll get back to college. So I heard somebody say, okay, you got Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant, last pick of the NFL draft, leading the team that's actually pretty much been considered the best team in football for a long time outside of Baltimore. Probably the best defense in NFL. If he beats, so on the other side of that, you got Mahomes. Mahomes is edging close to some Mount Rushmore type stuff with quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, because of what he's been able to do. So if Mahomes wins, he can move into those 4 spots on Rushmore, possibly in some people's mind. But if he loses to Mr. Irrelevant, does that go against him? Does that take away from the legacy?
No, I don't think so. Not whatsoever. Of course, if he win, it enhance it. Some folks trying to say he's great as ever now. I'm like, let's slow down now. I'm like, the guy that we say is the greatest, at least me, he lost to him twice in the postseason, once in the AFC Championship game and in the Super Bowl. And he played poorly in the Super Bowl. So it ain't like it ain't Patrick Mahomes last Super Bowl was probably his best Super Bowl that he played, because the first one he didn't play all that good in the first one that he won.
Hey, it be like that sometimes. Shout out, what you talking about? You I know we talked about the Mount Rushmore on your show, just my damn opinion, man. But what if he lose to Brock Purdy though?
I mean, it sucks, but I don't really think it takes away from anything he done, because once again, he's still there. He got there.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, you just can't take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it'd be great if he win. If he win, I mean, we're talking about a whole different conversation.
So as far as continuing his legacy, because he got a long time, to go. It's not like his career just not getting started. But
If he stopped coach,
he kind of in a win-win, right? So
that's what I'm
he out
saying.
there just playing loose.
If he stopped right now, it's still in some people's mind very debatable if he should be on the Mount Rushmore right now.
I mean, we talked about it the other night. Hey, listen, man, it ain't
I
about
see shaking their head over there.
Hey, it ain't a lot of people you can put in front of Mahomes, right? Like, I mean, we got Montana, you got Brady, you got, we talked about it on Shawty Show. We got Peyton Manning, you got Elway.
And
but man, if he win one, now he'll have more than Elway and Peyton Manning. What we talking about here, Jeff? You don't think he that high?
No, he's a system quarterback. He was a system quarterback at Texas Tech. He's a system quarterback in the NFL. I don't got to prove me wrong. Let him go somewhere else and win one, not under Andy Reid's system.
Andy Reid.
You want to be the man. You want to be the man. Leave your daddy and go win one under somebody else and prove to me that you're a legit quarterback.
So it's kind of like the Belichick way, huh?
Yeah, I mean, same. I think
not Brady.
I mean, but Brady was.
Did Andy Reid win? Did he win in the championship before Mahomes?
Right.
Who?
Andy Reid.
But it is.
But he got there. He had been there before. I mean, but that's just my damn opinion on it. I think he was a system quarterback at Texas Tech under Kingsbury. Like, that's just how the cookie crumbles. He would have to win this year, and then he's going to have to do – the crazy thing is, like, it's so hard to look at records in the NFL and truly value them for Mount Rushmore because the game is different. You're looking at people passing 60 and 70 times a game that was never done before. So I really think that the game is different now to where you can't look at records to be a true thing of what the Mount Rushmore is. But now,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pose this. Just take away their statistics in terms of, completions, wins and losses. Just look at Super Bowls, All-Star, MVPs, and things like that.
That's what I'm saying. Championships, he got two. Not a lot. It's not a lot of quarterbacks that got two.
I'm played in 4. He got 2 Super Bowl MVP.
Which, in all fairness, is a quarterback award.
And I'm sure he's done been a Pro Bowler probably every year, maybe 1 or 2. What it is, first team, all pro, all that. All that stuff matters. That's what separates the average from the the guy that put the jackets on first ballots and all that kind of stuff.
No, I mean he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's just not on the Mount Rushmore. He's probably right now. He's probably just cracked inside the top 10, and maybe when it's all said and done, he can be around 7 or 6.
Who ahead of him on the Mount Rushmore?
I mean, just off the top of the head would be Brady, Manning, Elway, Marino, Montana.
Why is Marino ahead of him? I'm just asking. I'm not saying he shouldn't be. I'm just asking why is Marino ahead of him?
As a quarterback, I think Marino's probably in that 4th slot for me. Oh, my Mount Rushmore, if I'm doing 4, is probably Montana, Marino, Brady, and Manning.
Okay,
that's tough. That's tough to have Marino.
And so then you got John Elway, and now so then like after that, if you're not in the top 4, now if I'm just saying who am I going to take as a quarterback, and y'all gonna hate this, but give me Doug Flutie. Give me Doug Flutie over Mahomes.
Hey man, with that said, that's just your damn opinion, man. Y'all, hey, tell the people where they can find you when you're not on the Fan Addict, dog.
Hey, yeah, great segue, man. On Wednesday nights at 9:30, man. If you just want to chop it up, man, real talk, barbershop talk, man. News, sports, music, a little bit of everything, gossip, man. Wednesday nights, 9:30. Just my damn opinion, man. Opinions are like asshole. Everybody got one. Your boy got one too.
Right. Y'all make sure y'all go over there, subscribe to the channel, check it out. Brisky, tell the people where they can find you, man, when you not on the Fan Addict, dog.
Well, y'all can catch me every Wednesday on the Sharpshooters podcast. We drop every Wednesday, so you can catch me there. Me and my guys are always having guests on the show, talking crazy. We talking all sports, basketball, football, even talking pop culture. Well, mainly just popular black culture for the most part. Just anything like that, like hip hop and all that stuff. So yeah, come check us out.
That's right, man. Y'all make sure to do that, man. Listen, now we're gonna close this topic out with Brinsky. Just off the top of your head, man. Mount Rushmore quarterbacks in NFL, man. You get 4 of them.
Of course, Brady is one.
Right.
Joe is definitely in there.
Right.
Peyton is in there. On top of my head,
that 4th spot. That's when it get thick out there.
Because you can go so many ways, man. Aaron Rodgers with all his MVPs or whatnot. Because I know if he win another one, that puts him in a different stratosphere. Especially with all those MVPs.
What he has 2? I think he only has 2, right?
No, he got like 4 or 5.
Oh, you talking about
MVP? League MVP?
League MVP.
Yeah, league.
Okay.
MVP. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's why I said if he win another Super Bowl, which he has a big chance of winning one with the Jets with their defense and him at the quarterback with those weapons. But I'll say Mahomes. Yeah, I'll say Mahomes right now.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think tomorrow is gonna prove a lot on whether, you know what I'm saying, like it's gonna separate Mahomes from some of those other guys that's in that 6-10 or whatever range. Go ahead, Jim.
But just, I guess, to follow up, and I wasn't even thinking about it because honestly, my list is probably wrong because, I mean, we didn't say anybody from back in the 60s or 70s, and there's some quarterbacks from back in then that could lay claim to it too with what they did. Now, I didn't get to see them with my own eyes, but there's some guys out there that you're talking about all the time. But again, they don't have the stats because the game was played different. But it's just what they did at that position.
I wouldn't even know for the stats. I'm willing to challenge you on that because I figure for the 70s, I know who you're gonna pick, and I got an argument for that. Who would you put from the 70s? It ain't even the stats that I'm gonna argue you about. It's something totally different.
No, anybody.
Anybody from
70s, 60s, 50s.
No, but I want the 70s precisely because that's where I want him to go. It can be anybody. And I hope you don't say the wrong person.
See, I'm trying to think. Was it Staubach? Was Staubach in the 70s? Because that's who I was leaning towards. Joe was Staubach.
Jim Thorpe.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, what's going on?
We're talking about these guys on the Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you said like you said, if you said Roger Staubach or you said Terry Bradshaw, I can argue those points because they have Hall of Fame, nothing but Hall of Fame teammates around them. With Tony Dorsett, Drew Pearson, Bob Lilly, Ed Too Tall Jones. It's just a bunch of guys with them.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you trying to argue against somebody, I know Jeff, you say system quarterback, and I'm not trying to change your opinion. I'm just saying you could always argue who somebody had with them. Like if Patrick Mahomes wins this year, to me, that's like the equivalent of LeBron winning when he was, taking Cleveland to the NBA championship before Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Like he's dragging people along with him. Like, I mean, what wide receiver core? Come on, dog. Like we're not like he got Travis Kelce, he does, but who else Pat Mahomes got? I mean, hey, I love my guy Mecole Hardman, but he ain't the cheetah. Since the cheetah been gone, you know what I'm saying? So he definitely doesn't have the better team in the matchup overall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But But he still has weapons. He still got Pacheco running the ball out the backfield, who's really running the ball. It ain't like Pat Mahomes just been lighting up the
Hey,
postseason.
he ain't got Roger Craig and Jerry Rice and John Taylor.
That's cool. That's cool and all, but he still got a first ballot Hall of Famer in Travis Kelce that's been that safety blanket for him all this playoff because it's really the defense that got him there.
Yeah.
It ain't like they have been just lighting it up like that.
God, this guy had been in the league. This is his 7th year. Since he started starting, I think which was his 2nd year, this kid has arguably been the most dominant quarterback in NFL, period. Well, I don't know what the system, I don't understand. The man has been the best. No one has done what he has done in 6 years, period. No one.
Right. Not the first 6.
Right. So I don't, what are we talking about?
But
He's been the best.
But so part of that, you look at like the playoff runs and stuff. It's easy to make it to the playoffs when you play in one of the worst divisions in the NFL, which he arguably was at the beginning half of that. I know the AFC West is getting a little bit better, but his first couple years, it was here's a free pass to winning the division. And so
if he didn't win it, somebody else should have won it, right? And give them the credit. You'd rather just somebody else somebody got to win it.
No, I mean, right, but what I'm saying is that's just what I'm saying though. Like the division, he plays in a trash division. He is I promise you.
But he winning the whole thing, folks.
It's
he done won 2 Super Bowls and
you
played
still got to get to the
4.
playoffs though. Like even win that trash division, now you play real teams. But he beat real teams too, though.
He is, but it's easier to. At least he doesn't have the grind of the regular season. There's no doubt that they're going to the playoffs. They play.
Let me ask you this, Jeff.
That sounds like the SEC coming out of you.
Let me ask you this right here, Jeff. So
yeah, go ahead.
Say for instance, if he doesn't make these games, right? And somebody else has to win. Somebody else has to win these games, right?
Right.
If nobody else is doing, he's better than the other. Nobody else is winning.
So like for I guess like if it's a trash division, so but if the other quarterback
somebody got to win it.
Somebody
even if it's trash.
And to the old school, topic or quarterbacks, Brinsky and Jeff stat guy, purpose throwing out some names, man. Bart Starr, Johnny U, not close.
But we talking about Mount Rushmore here now. We ain't just talking about great quarterback. We talking about the best of all time. When you got to put 4 on the mound.
Listen, I tell you, Pat Mahomes win tomorrow, then Elway gets Elway probably get knocked off my Mount Rushmore. I'm just saying if he win tomorrow, that's all because that's 3 for him, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. This dude's out here doing this craziness.
3 and 7 years.
So titles is what declines your Mount Rushmore.
Listen. What I'm saying is I watched the field of play. I'm watching ball, and so a lot of stuff is tied. And when all things are equal, you got to have a separator. You see what I'm saying? Like you got to have a separator. Like Elway was a very physically talented quarterback, but in the ways that he was physically talented, Pat Mahomes is totally different, but super physically talented at quarterback. And that so what? How do you distinguish? And again, you say system. Andy Reid made it, but if it's just his system, he should have won it, not just made it. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't just make
if he had better talented quarterback.
Their defense has been better in Kansas City than it was in Philadelphia.
Every year he made it to the playoffs.
In Kansas City?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he made it every year now.
No. I'm saying was Kansas every year he made it. Was Kansas at each of those years? Each individual defense is better than anything that Andy Reid had in Philadelphia? Every time.
I don't think so.
He had better team.
Hey, listen. And see, this is what we're talking about. Like Johnny U, I don't think Johnny U is on anybody's Mount Rushmore. So that's why I say it's not just championships. He said Perp say Johnny U won 3 NFL championships his first 5 years. So I mean, if you just was talking about championships, he could be up there on how fast he did it, but nobody's considering. So no, it's not just championships. You know what I'm saying?
And then I got a funny thing for that too. I didn't want to go there, but we not saying what's the elephant in the room with those guys. They was kind of going against white corners now. I ain't like, come on now.
Hey, listen, to your point, Aaron Murray did say he was talking about Iowa and he was talking about Cooper DeJean, I don't want to pronounce his name. Yeah. He said they actually got 2 white corners. Aaron Murray said those are the guys I'm targeting first if I'm the quarterback. I was like,
that tell you everything.
But this is where I'm at with it. As a quarterback, I don't care what system you in, what play you call it, you got to still make the read, make the throw. The catch has to be made. This man is doing it at a clip that no one has ever done. How can you just act like that's something to just skim him over? That kills the argument. No one has done what this kid is doing. No one.
As far as what?
And you yourself already said if he stopped playing right now, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Some of these guys you mentioned and being mentioned probably weren't even first ballot.
But see, I think there's
and we in year 7.
In the age of media now, things are different. He's going to be a first ballot. He could retire tomorrow and not even play, and he's going to be a first ballot.
Well, when maybe he don't want to. Okay, we ain't gonna keep going over his numbers. His numbers already put him in there. I ain't talking about Super Bowls.
That's why
his career has put him in there already. First ballot. It ain't got nothing to do with the media.
But what I'm saying, and that's why I'm talking about it being a system. He has numbers because he does things that these other quarterbacks weren't given the opportunity to do. They throw the ball a lot more than some of these other guys. Let's see John Elway in this system. Let's see Dan Marino in the system. Let's see Brett Favre in this system.
But now I was with you for a second because the first 2 guys you mentioned were already on one of ours in some form or fashion Mount Rushmore. So that's no argument. That's kind of the point we're saying. Other than those guys right there, who would you put in front of them seriously? Now you just throwing out a name from back in the day, I guess, to make make the argument, but I don't think seriously you think any of those guys from the 40s or 50s or 60s or 70s, and I could be wrong, has had a better career or better than Pat Mahomes. Because you can only base it off their careers.
But I'm saying even 80s, 90s, early 2000s, there's guys that I think are better quarterbacks.
I got you.
Just regardless of the numbers, you think they better quarterbacks.
Right. So if it's the Mount Rushmore quarterback.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is.
But that's the problem. That's the problem, Cole. That's really not kind of the question. I mean, there's some guys I know who played basketball who I know should have been in the league, but didn't make it.
Right.
That ain't what we asking. We talking about their career. And that's the reason, that's the whole reason why he's a Hall of Famer.
Right. Quick shout out, man, to my guy Priest Perry, man. We appreciate you jumping in there, Priest. Shout out to my guy Bishop Frank. What's going on, Bishop Frank? Appreciate you checking in, my man. And my man B Shaw. B Shaw say, Jeff, stop this. It's moving to insanity, dog. Hey, but that's it, hey, man. Everybody got their opinion. That's why the games got to be played, dog. So all I'm saying is, dude, win tomorrow. But I mean, I do think he's playing, with no pressure on him because I'm with y'all. I'm not gonna hold it against him. He lose the game because I do think the 49ers have the better team. I don't think they have the better quarterback, but I think they have the better team. Again, I don't watch it as in depth as you guys do because y'all know I'm all college. But hey, man, Mahomes is a special guy. That's all I'm saying. He's a special guy, and the fact that we all say he first ballot, even if he didn't play another snap already, That's tough right there because I don't know a lot of these quarterbacks we talking about. I don't know if we would have said that in year 7 for them. Like I don't know if we would have said that year 7 for Elway if he was a first ballot because he didn't win 2 until like what year 9, 10, 11, something like that.
In this year, yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But hey, all good stuff, man. All good stuff. Make sure y'all pay attention to the game, Mar. And listen, hopefully Usher don't mess the halftime show up all the pub he been getting for the last 6 months or so. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, he ain't gonna mess up that. I ain't worried about that at all. I ain't worried about Usher at all, man.
Right. So look, man, the hot news, man, in college football is them Ohio State Buckeyes, dog. They're trying to pull off a Yankees type, Boston Red Sox type thing and buy a championship. Brinsky, right before you jumped on, dog, we was about to get into that. You know, they got one of the best portal classes coming in. They got, you know, they had your former guy who, like I'm pretty sure you feel y'all don't miss Bill O'Brien, but now they got Chip Kelly, dog. They out here trying to buy a championship, Brinsky. What you think, dog? Shawty told me this morning, Ryan Day all in, like mortgage on the table. He pushed all the chips in. It's no going back for him, though.
I would have a lot of if they have the current roster what they have now, and they had CJ Stroud or Justin Fields as their quarterback, this team would be scary.
Ooh.
But Will Howard is their quarterback.
You just said a mouthful.
That's the only thing that will mess them up. It all depends on how he plays. And I don't think Will Howard is that guy at all. Yes, they had the weapons and all that. I feel like he's going to be the one they're going to find a way to lose.
You don't think one of the two freshmen beats him out? Because they also have Aaron Nolan and Julian Sain.
They're not ready. I don't think they're ready, right? Not right now. But if he's that desperate to put in freshman and he just brought this guy in here, that tells me everything I need to know. They got all the weapons that he needs, especially I think is a generational wide receiver in Jeremiah Smith. And he's still going to find a way.
So with that said, Sharon just got the job after at Michigan. They've lost to Michigan 3 years in a row. That's already eating at the Buckeye Nation. Not just winning the championship, but beating Michigan. So me and Shawty kind of, and I think Stat guy kind of jumped in. Me and him had a conversation too. First off, they want to beat Michigan. That's first and foremost. But if he loses to Michigan, I don't care if they go 11-1. If he loses to Michigan, I'm under the belief that he has to win the championship. Not just make it, but win it to keep his job. I know that sounds crazy because this dude ain't lost but like 7 games his whole career.
Yeah, because that Michigan game is very, very important, especially how depleted Michigan offense is this year. They could have beat them this year, but they had I forgot the guy's name just that quick. Ohio State quarterback that went to play Syracuse.
Oh yeah. You talking about Kyle McCord?
Yeah, I about to say, but he wasn't like that either. That's how I look at Will Howard.
Well, listen, Perp say they need a year. How they, bro? Like Ryan, I don't think Ryan they getting another year, dog.
That's what I'm saying. A year like this right here. This is a year that can break a coach, a big time coach, a big time program with the amount of resources you just put in, that the boosters and everybody just put in, and you bringing all these different personalities together. And if you ain't that guy to manage those personalities, first of all, it might blow up in your face. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, these guys, they ain't been playing together. And no foundation. A lot of these guys just coming in from nowhere. So if Ryan Day ain't really that guy that know how to manage personalities, strong personalities, you know what I'm saying? Some of these guys coming from like a Nick Saban, they had a different kind of respect for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real
all these kind of things, man. Look here, man. They could break Ryan Day, man. Like we talking about if he lose the mission and don't go, I think he got to play for it or win it, period.
Right. Perp said he's correct, and he said that he meant those freshman quarterbacks need a year, so they're gonna have to run QB power with Howard. I don't think that's but Chip Kelly he can design some running stuff for the quarterback, and I get that, but bro, they don't win, dog.
Coach,
that's crazy.
I was gonna say they don't need to run quarterback power. They still got Travion Henderson, and they added Judkins from Ole Miss. They should just turn around and hand it to the two bruisers 45 times a game.
But take the ball out. Listen, man, one of the things they've been saying about Kirby since, Dog's been on the run is, Georgia just got all these 5-stars. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all didn't know already, there's only 2 programs that got more blue chip and 5-stars total on the team than Georgia. That's my man Brisky's Crimson Tide. And guess who else? The Buckeyes. This dude got to win the championship, dog, and he definitely can't lose to Michigan. I'm sorry, he lose to Michigan.
Not with a new coach.
Listen, man, with a new coach, Ohio State went like 14 straight years before Jim Harbaugh won 3 years ago and beat Michigan every single year, though. You can't turn around and then lose 3 to the dude, and then they got a new, coach. They defensive coaches leave. I want to say they defensive line coach just took another job in the NFL or something like that. So they losing coaches left and right. And I think my man Wallace just pointed that out. Michigan losing a lot of coaches and players. And then we in the first year of the 12-team playoffs. So you can make, you can lose a game or two and still make the playoffs. So I think it's championship or bust for this guy, man. I think it's championship or bust, and I hate to say that, but dog, that's crazy. I mean, as good as his record been, but Ohio State don't play that, man.
It all depends. He just can't make it to the 12-team playoff and then just lose in the first round. Then he loses his job.
So you think even if he make it to the championship, that he's still good. Be safe?
He's good. It's just the losing to Michigan, man. That. All those games in a row.
Let me ask you this. What if he lose to Michigan? Does that mean he has to win it or he can still
boy, he has to win it then. You really gotta win it then.
Okay, so if he beat Michigan, then all he need to do is kind of make it to
just get it close. Just get it close. Either a game away from the
semifinals.
I can see that.
Leads to the semifinals. But you can't lose to Michigan and then make it to the semifinals and lose. Then it's just like they gonna harp on that Michigan loss so badly.
That'd be 4 in a row, right?
Mm-hmm. 4 in a row.
But the thing is, what I was saying, I said the same thing about Harbaugh, but I had more faith in Harbaugh. I was like, man, Ohio State was just a machine against Michigan, man. They were just embarrassing those boys. I just said, just let him get his guys in there. Let him get his quarterback. And he'll be good. And he got his quarterback. He got this running game. He built up that defense. Then you have a lockdown corner and Will Johnson. Some fan bases are very, very patient. Ohio State, just how bad they've been beating Michigan all those years. And then you come back and lose 3 in a row. And if you lose 4, they probably have a heart attack.
Right, because that's not just a regular rivalry. Instead, I'm gonna come to you in a minute, man. But that's like Alabama Auburn, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like those heated, like can't say the name of the other team. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a hate type deal. It's a lot of rivalries in college football, but there's not a lot of rivalries on that level. So, and then the administration is in it. They get in it too. So that dude got to beat Michigan or win the championship, man. One of the two, and that's a call. That's not easy,
bro. They spitting in your face.
And then that's another. That's a good point, Shawty. Michigan, your rival, your arch rival, the team, the school that you hate, they just won one, dog. They just won one. That's more pressure. It was already bad enough. They beat you 3 years in a row. Statue's gonna say.
Yeah, something to keep in mind with this new 12-team format. If they don't win their conference, which there's a chance they don't. Even if they get in the 12-team playoff, they may have to go on the road to beat somebody.
Good point.
And so there's a good chance, depending on how that seeding falls out, they get bounced in the first round. Or then they have to go out to whoever to play in like a semifinal, whatever the case may be. But with this new format, we don't know exactly how that's going to look for these teams not winning their conferences and the second and third place finishers as far as where they might get sent, if they're going to try to do some seedings to where they can keep things locally, or, I mean, if Ohio State has to come down to Alabama, or if Ohio State has to go down to Texas or something, I mean, that's brutal versus if they get to play somebody kind of within their region.
Well, that brings the question, talent on the field, coaching. A lot of this has been moving parts, man. Purple said he think Oregon going to be their toughest game. Realistically, man, and I know every fan base think they got a shot to win their conference, but that's just not the truth of the matter. You feel me? Like, we're talking about actual football here, man. You know what I mean? Like, in the Big 12, I mean, it's Ohio State's to lose, right? I mean, Michigan lost a lot of players and coaches.
Big 10.
Big 10. That's my bad. Big 10. Yeah. Big 10. That's my mistake. Is theirs to lose though, right? I mean, that's even more. Theirs to lose, Brisket, right? I mean, who should be favored? Like, I'm talking about, like, really looking at football. Who the best team, best coaches, everything. Who should be favored to win it, the Big 10?
Oh, without a doubt, them.
More pressure. That's what I'm saying. More pressure.
The crazy thing is, it's not like a 1A, 1B type situation. I think it's Ohio State, then down a rung or two. I think maybe you have Oregon or Michigan or something, but there's a gap. It's not a neck and neck type of situation in the Big 10 this year.
Yeah, I forgot Oregon was in division.
Oregon, Washington.
Washington ain't gonna be on the same.
USC.
So no division. They ain't got division.
Yeah, I thought division was over with.
Yeah, division's over with. So it's Washington, Oregon, USC, and UCLA all going to the Big 10.
And they don't play Ohio State. So it can be possibly Oregon and Ohio State in the Big 10 championship game.
And even if you play somebody, with the no division, you still could end up playing them again in the championship, by the way. So, but it's like, okay, so Perp says he'd rather have third in both the SEC and Big 10. Give me that bye on conference championship week instead of getting the bye. That the champion of the conference, though, Purple, should have a bye the first round of the playoffs. So either way, you would get a bye. But I mean, that's a good point. So both ways you get a bye. You know what I'm saying? If you one of the teams that don't make it to your conference championship, but you make the playoffs, you get a bye by not playing in the conference championship. But if you win, now the team that gets messed, the team that's probably going to get the worst is whoever lose their conference championship, because they probably going to make the playoffs. They don't get no bye at all. They play in the conference championship, they lose, and then they got to play for a round.
Right, but then they should also have a higher ranking than that team finishing third.
To try to play at home.
They get the home playoff game.
They're gonna need it.
I would rather play at home than have a bye in the conference with a chance of getting a bye than taking that bye in the conference championship, knowing I'm going on the road. Give me the home game.
Shawty, would you rather lose your conference championship and possibly be the home team, or not even go to the conference championship and play and then play in the first round against a team that just lost and didn't have no break?
I want that number one seed where I got that bye, and I'm let everything else shake itself out.
Right.
It's all about seeding, and it's a reason why the one is there.
Yeah.
Right, but so that's what we're
but we're saying you can't choose that though. You choosing either, and that we of course you wouldn't know this, but you choosing either to lose your conference championship and not have a bye and then have to play the first round.
I want to be the ones who win the conference championship and get that automatic first round.
That's not on the table. That ain't on the table right now, Shawty.
Are you taking that out? Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not a question.
Okay.
The only two choices is you get a first round home game because you lost the conference championship, or you didn't play in your conference championship, so you was at home resting, but now you got to go on the road to the team that hasn't had any break, who lost the conference championship. You see what I'm saying? I mean, there's advantages. You want and what?
Play at home, y'all.
Yeah, you don't get no break. You don't get no break, but you play at home. But then if you get a break, you don't play at home.
Yeah, I go with the one where I play at home.
That's big time too, Brinsky. What about you? You want a no break play at home, or you want the break? You know what I'm saying? If you could choose and see ahead in the future, you want the break and then go on the road. You might have some injuries now.
Boy, that changed.
Breaking home.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't know if I have an answer. I don't know, because the thing is, think about all the top teams that had some key people, not just injuries, though, like key people hurt at the end of the season. And you like, okay, well, we made the playoffs, but we didn't make the conference title. So we got a week to get week or two, high, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just thinking at the end of the day, if I get to play at home, I'm favored in some kind of way. Regardless of how it work out, it's a reason why I'm playing at home. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, I'm going to roll with that with either way it goes. You know
right. I mean? Perp said, ain't no guarantee if you lose the conference championship that you're going to get that home field, you know what I'm saying? Because you rank high, because the committee, if you get beat bad, kind of like, we beat LSU pretty bad 2020, 2022. Maybe they say, yeah, you still make the playoffs, dog, but we're going to drop you a couple of runs, and now you got to go on the road. That'd be tough right there, though.
But
that's a good point.
I still think you take that, because then, like Thad said, you then get the opportunity to earn that first round bye, because it's not the 4 highest seeds, it's the 4 conference champions.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna give me a shot at the conference championship, and if I lose, hopefully they see my body of work and I catch a home game.
Okay, so let's do the SEC. So, Brisky, start with you, dog. Is there like a group of people at the top, or is there a clear 1 and 2 teams and then everybody else? What we like realistically, not if everything perfect. Like, we talking about realistic, football. You know what I'm saying?
As of right now, I would say you guys, us. You talking like how far you
like realistically can win this conference, dog? We ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
It just really only people I really seen is you guys and us. Ole Miss under that pressure, same pressure as Ohio State, whether folks want to believe it or not. All that talent that they assembled through the transfer portal. So they under some big time pressure.
They do have they put together, like I say, I don't know. However you want to look at the transfer portal, to Brinsky's point, Ole Miss, Ohio State, and Colorado, kind of the ones that seem to be considered the best transfer portal classes type deal. So, Shawty, you on the same accord as Alabama and Georgia still, even with the additions of Texas and Oklahoma?
No, I think it's, possibly 4 teams that could win this thing.
What's the 4 teams?
Definitely Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Texas. And, I think Oklahoma got a long shot at them. I mean, if you want to put in a dark horse.
I don't even
how can you not have Texas in there?
I don't know about Texas. I'm with you on Texas. I think it's a 3-team race myself. I think it's Alabama. I think it's Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. I think if I had to go next, I'm picking Ole Miss. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong, but listen, man. All those guys return quarterbacks.
So this is the thing for me. Is what I'm saying is, well, just in my opinion, I think is that, I think Alabama is still notch above everybody, but I think they're gonna take a step back this year. And when I say a step back, that don't mean I'm talking about they're gonna lose 3, 4, 5 games. I'm not saying that, but things just gonna be different.
I was about to say losing one game. One game is something that Alabama, Alabama and Georgia got to the point where losing one game is not good.
And that could be the window that Texas needs. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So, Stat, what you on? You on 2 teams and then everybody else, or you got Texas up in that window too?
No, Texas is 4. I got Ole Miss in that window. I'm 3 with Texas a little bit below.
Kind of what Brinsky was saying.
So, and the reason why is because of that pressure. Like, I think Lane Kiffin has to win. And so I think that's going to challenge him. Also, not having the divisions will help. Right. So it's just the top 2 records. Maybe
and Ole Miss plays us this year, but I don't think Ole Miss Brinsky, y'all don't play Ole Miss this year, do y'all?
We play.
Oh, well, I thought they was getting away from y'all, but they ain't getting away.
Well,
they get us at home though. They get us at home, and Lane is better at home.
And we just don't play Texas, but we play Oklahoma.
Y'all play Oklahoma and we play Texas. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
And
like
those are the
I
games,
personally
And
I
then-
personally don't have Oklahoma up there for one because they got a first year quarterback.
Right.
And I'm still a wait and see. I think Brent Venables
Mhm.
is doing some good things in Norman, but I'm still a wait and see on him, because
But I would think you guys have Oklahoma probably as well. The 6th best team in the country,
5-6,
something like that.
5-6, 5-6. Yeah, 5-6. 5-6. I mean, I'm never counting out LSU in that 5-6 spot,
Right.
because it's LSU. So
Tomato,
without ranking them in order, I'm looking at LSU, Oklahoma, Missouri. You know what I'm saying? Because I got Ole
know
Miss after Texas. It's Bama, Georgia, Texas, and then Ole Miss for me.
Mhm.
Like Ole Miss hanging out, like I say, under pressure, as Jeff and Brinsky done said. You know what I'm saying? But and like I said, I think Lane's a good coach, and he get a lot of his big games at home. And at home, they definitely play better. Schedule where you play people, that matters. So after those four, I mean, however you want to rank them, LSU, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Maybe I guess I don't know. I guess that's gonna be hard, but those three like that, and I know people will say Tennessee, but
I'm just letting you know, Oklahoma in my preseason ranking is going to have a double-digit number, but outside their name in the SEC.
So you saying they at least 10?
What you mean? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
saying at least 10?
10 wins.
Wow.
No.
No. Like if you was ranking them 1 through 18, he's saying they'll be.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's saying they'll be.
They're gonna start falling down that ladder. But
Purple said if Ole Miss loses more than 2 games,
so where you got them at,
Stat? Don't work.
Huh?
Where you got them at? 10, 11?
They coming in about 11 or 12.
Okay.
Right there behind my Gamecocks at 10.
Well, that's not real. We trying to talk realistic, dog.
10th is a realistic spot.
No, I didn't say 10 wasn't a realistic spot. You said behind your Gamecocks. We're keeping it a buck. Listen, 2024 on the Saturday night snap count, you getting called out if you ain't keeping it a buck, dog. So realistically, you think right now, you think South Carolina is in a better position or a better team than Oklahoma?
I think based off of their SEC schedule, they're going to finish higher in the SEC than Oklahoma.
Okay. Schedule plays a part. What's your take on that, Brinsky? Like South Carolina, based on schedule, where they play the games, who they have to play, all of that.
I'm trying to look at the schedule.
That's
right?
Okay. That's what we need to do.
And
I know they're
gonna be older. My fault.
No, it was on you. I thought you was looking it up. I went.
Because I figured you were gonna come to me. I said, man, you know what? Let me go look this up. They're gonna be Old Dominion. They go to Kentucky. I think that's an L. LSU. They go. No. Yeah, they go to Kentucky. That's an L. They play LSU in South Carolina. I don't know who's gonna be their quarterback, so that could be. I give them a W. They play Akron, that's a W. They play Ole Miss, that's an L. They come to us. Shout out to your nephew, but that's an L.
Who's up to 191? Straight muscle. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking Oklahoma, that's an L. Texas A&M, I see too many L's. Texas A&M is a toss-up. They're going to beat Vanderbilt. They're going to lose to Missouri. They're going to beat Wofford, and they're going to lose to Clemson.
But look at Oklahoma's schedule.
Okay.
Oklahoma started out with Temple, Houston, Tulane. I think those are 3 wins. I think Tennessee is a toss-up. They do get Tennessee at home. But I think that's a toss-up. They go to Jordan-Hare to play Auburn. Then they get Texas in the Red River, which they have won on a regular basis here outside of outside of the year before last. Then they get South Carolina at Ole Miss, Maine, and at Missouri, and then Alabama, and then LSU. So looking at the schedules, though, Brinsky and Shawty, like looking at the schedules and where they play these games, record wise, I ain't saying South Carolina gonna be ahead of Oklahoma. I'm just saying.
At all.
Listen, if South Carolina gonna win more than 7 or 8 games, Oklahoma I got them at 8-4 at their bottom and they best 10-2. Now if South Carolina gonna win more than 7 games, then that guy got a point.
Well, that's what Perp said. Perp said Oklahoma at the lowest 7 wins, South Carolina at the most 5 wins.
Well,
So
there you
so
go.
that puts so that
But
and
it's not.
even if one of those losses is Clemson for South Carolina, that still means you only won 5. But okay. So let's say Oklahoma won 7 games. That means they would have beaten Temple, Houston, and Tulane, which don't count.
Now we only talking about conference games. That's what Stat talking about. I got you. I got you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like when you talk about order of finish in the SEC, it doesn't matter who you beat out of conference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
if what Perp's saying is right, let's say at lowest Oklahoma come out and wins. They go 7-5. They first year in the SEC. 3 of the wins is gonna be Temple, Houston, and Tulane. So you got to take that out. So you're gonna say they got 4 SEC wins. Bresky, look at South Carolina schedule again and see if you can find more than 4 SEC wins.
That guy over here willing and dealing. I see
find more than
They should
4?
have. They should have.
Yeah.
Oklahoma should have 4 non-conference games.
Yeah. Well, I'm just. Oh, you're right. Maine. So you saying they? So that would mean they only win 3 SEC games. If they at their lowest, if they go 7-5, we would assume that Oklahoma beat 4 teams outside of the SEC and only won 3 SEC games.
So how about this? Just give us the SEC record.
Okay.
It's South Carolina SEC record and Oklahoma SEC record.
I think.
How they finish up? How they finish up?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm looking at Oklahoma schedule. Brisky, you got South Carolina schedule. I'm looking at Oklahoma schedule. When you take away outside just SEC, South Carolina might be on. That guy might be on something.
So what we looking at? I'm saying with that record, with that 3-4 or 4-3.
Okay, so I'm gonna go half. Win. I'm gonna do win game right here. Let's all do win game. Let's all do it. So win game, you give a point. You give a point for a win, Brisky. You give nothing for a loss and half if you think it's a toss up, right?
Okay.
So let's all do Oklahoma. All right, first SEC game is Tennessee. I got that as a half. Brisky,
I got that as a half.
It's at home or at Tennessee?
It's at home.
Half.
What you got?
Yeah, that's a push for me, a half. Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're gonna see, man. And like I say, that's what you gotta do when you really talking about. So we all got that as a half. All right. At Auburn, following that game. That's following the Tennessee game.
I think that's a nil.
All right. So Jeff.
Oh, we're talking about Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
They got to go to Auburn the week after they play Tennessee.
Jordan O'Hare's with crazy plays. Give me a loss.
And I've been trying to tell Jason that. Shout out to Jason. But Jason don't go ahead.
So Brisky got that as a loss. I got it as a push.
I got it as a push.
All right. So the next game they play is Texas in the Red River. I'm gonna give them.
Ooh.
They kind of have owned Texas lately. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the first year, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it right. I mean, I think Texas got the better team, but they've owned them. What that means, Shawty? You going Texas? So that's an L. Bresky. I'm
gonna get them the W.
Okay.
I'm gonna get them the W because Texas is missing a lot of missed pieces.
I got you. All right, Stat gonna give them a half. I'm gonna give them a win. Then they play South Carolina to follow that up at home. They're in Norman playing South Carolina.
W.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go W with that.
Come on, Stat guy.
I think I'm gonna go W there.
Push. Give me a half.
Homer to the end.
Expect nothing less.
All right, and then they travel to Ole Miss. I'm giving them an L at Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin offense always plays really good at the house.
That's gonna be a good one too.
I'm gonna go.
It is. All right, so Shawty go push. All right, what you got, Brincy?
I'm gonna go push too.
On the Grove. What you got, Stat?
Lost down on the Grove.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. And then they got Bama in Norman. I'm giving them I'm giving them an L.
L.
Things have changed. I'm gonna go push.
Okay. Bresky.
You know what it is, man.
I was wondering. All right.
Yeah.
And then they finished their season off in Baton Rouge.
But that's a hell of a schedule.
That's to Stats' point. That's when
Right.
we look at it, when we actually look at the realness of it now.
I ain't got one sure win.
So okay, so Brinsky at Baton Rouge, dog, which you know they probably gonna put that thing at night.
It all depends on who's that quarterback, and if I
For
think it's
LSU.
who, and if I think I know who it's gonna be, I think Jackson Arnold is a better quarterback. So I say push right now because I just don't know.
What you got, Stat?
Don't know.
I'm gonna give them a push because I don't know the time of the game, but I promise you, if that thing's under the lights, it's getting
Right.
ugly.
Right.
But
I'm gonna push. I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna push, and I think Oklahoma may have the better quarterback, depending on who rides it out for LSU. But if it's at night, I really don't care who playing for LSU. To be honest with you, Shawty, what you got in that one?
I'm gonna push it.
All right. So listen, what I did listening to y'all is I took out of all four of us, whoever gave them the best chance. So with that said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can possibly be 5 and 3 in the SEC. That's the best chance. 5 and 3 in the SEC. Best. Like I say, if I go worse, it's definitely it would definitely be 3 and 5 if I went with everybody's worst. But it's 5 and 3. All right, let's do South Carolina. Brinsky, give us South Carolina game, dog.
Okay, South Carolina, the first game,
SEC.
Kentucky. I'm going to say, you saying push?
I'm saying push. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let all y'all go, then I'll go last.
That's a dub.
Shawty.
I really want to say that's an L, but I'm gonna go with push, right?
It's in Lexington, Kentucky, by the way.
It's in Kentucky.
It's in Kentucky.
It's in
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
That's an L.
First game of the season.
Yeah, that's an L.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
I said L. I'm going L.
All right. What's the next game?
In South Carolina, LSU, South Carolina.
I'm gonna go push. I don't know who playing and what time the game gonna be. I really think LSU got more talent, but I don't know about their quarterback situation, man. That's tough right now. What you got, Stat?
Push just because it's at home.
Yeah, if it was at LSU, I'd probably give y'all that. Regardless of the time.
Right.
Shawty, what you got?
L.
Brisky.
I'm actually giving them the W in this one.
All right, so we'll go with that. All right. What's the next game?
Ole Miss.
Where
at home. Oh, they're at home. When I say they're at home, I mean South Carolina.
Right. That's interesting. Like Ole Miss plays. Oh, listen, it's Kiffin to me. they ain't showed they can play on the road, bro. But
man,
they got all the talent. I'm gonna go push right here. What you got, Shawty?
L.
Stat.
Hey. Oh, this is the Juice Wells game, baby. W.
All right.
L.
All right. What's the next game?
Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
L.
Don't even ask. That's a loss.
Next game.
Yeah, you are. Whatever we said for Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We got that as a win for Oklahoma. Okay.
Texas A&M, they at home.
Oh, that's a win.
Who at home? Oh, South Carolina.
When I say they at home, I'm talking about South Carolina.
South Carolina. I got that as a win.
I got it as a win.
I got a win.
I got it as a win too.
What's the next game?
Vandy. They on the road.
Don't matter.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
win.
That's a W.
All right.
Mizzou, and they at home.
Ooh.
I'm giving them the L.
Go
I'm
push.
taking a push, but based on how they've been playing each other, I'm giving them a
Yeah,
push.
I'm gonna push it. Yeah.
I should give us the L because Missouri owns us, but we're at home.
No, not in the last couple of years. Y'all won some, they won some.
It's been ugly. I'll give us a push.
All right, so we went with the best. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 3.
Dang.
If we go with the best, like I say, everybody
Right.
has some different, but if we take the best from each one, both teams, possibly 5 and 3 in the SEC. But if Oklahoma wins the head-to-head, they would finish ahead. But to Stat's original point,
That make his point.
to his point, the 10 putting them at 10 or 11 sounds like we all should be putting them at about 10. You know what I'm saying? Man, but that's what I'm talking about, man. Like sometimes we look at teams, whether it's the emblem on the helmet or who at quarterback, running back, whatever. But if you're actually breaking it down, looking at the schedule too, because we all think in terms
but
of
unfortunately, their whole schedule has to be taken in consideration too. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So,
And when you strip away the out of conference gimmies, whether it be Wofford or Maine or whoever for each side, both of y'all, like South Carolina, always have a hard schedule, and they didn't do Oklahoma no favors coming in that first year. And listen, man, both teams breaking in new quarterbacks. We ain't talking about that. Yeah. Both teams. Mm-hmm. They both been on the roster. You know, they was freshmen. They both is in the same class.
But that's the thing. Oklahoma has a much better roster, no?
Top to bottom.
Paper, no.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom. I'll say that. Definitely top to bottom. They got the better roster, but again, traveling to Ole Miss ain't no easy feat. Playing Bama, regardless of where you play them at. Like they got Bama at LSU, and it's not even just the individual teams. You play LSU the week after in Baton Rouge, you play Alabama, and we already know, like that's a super physical game that Alabama gonna bring to you. And then you gotta turn around and play LSU. It'd be different if you played Bama in the first week and then LSU in the last week, but you play them teams back to back, though. Like, that's tough.
That's the one thing that I think could help South Carolina in the head-to-head matchup is they get Oklahoma the week after the Red River.
True. And South Carolina plays Oklahoma. But y'all play Oklahoma after y'all play Alabama, though.
God.
Yeah.
So is that what you listen, that 3-game stretch for y'all could prove detrimental. Y'all play Ole Miss. Follow that up with at Tuscaloosa. Follow that up with at Oklahoma. Like those no break.
3 games like that can break your roster, man. Like you don't have a strong roster, and that can break. Man.
That's what I'm saying. And then this is the thing. Even if y'all beat Kentucky at Kentucky, who we know, all of us know Kentucky, whether they win or lose, they play a real physical style of football. That's just Mark Stoops. You follow that game up with LSU. That's what I'm saying. Like LSU coming in on the back end of both of these things, like what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they don't have good quarterback play, y'all just play 2 physical teams, and all of this stuff matters when we talking. We can't just look at it and be like, oh, well, Georgia got all the 5 stars, Alabama got all the 5 stars. Like, bro, you gotta look at when you play people, who you play them after, where you play them at. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that matters. And when you're breaking it down and it's just the SEC, both of these teams seem like they about 5 and 3, 4 and 4. Depends on which way the wind blowing, man. So, hey, man, that's it, man. That's what I wanted to jump on here and talk about, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all guys coming in, man. The Saturday Night Snap Count. Y'all know we do this thing during the college football season. We want to do a little, I guess post signing day, since it's actually finally over. You know what I'm saying? Just to before we get out of here, Brinsky, how you feeling about y'all overall y'all class? That's including portal guys and everything, high school recruits, portal guys, everything.
After that bleeding, man, thank God that was over, man. When I tell you, man, oh my God, it was just like day after day, just like, oh, this guy in the transfer,
right?
This guy in the transfer.
Hey man,
Florida.
y'all still got the wide receiver though. Ryan
Williams.
Right.
I
who declared early reclassified.
Mm-hmm. I think Ryan.
I watched it in the All-Star game. That dude for real.
Yeah, I seen him in the state championship game when they played not this year, but last year in person for the first time. He is everything advertised. I was like, this is probably the best wide receiver I've seen come out the state since Julio. And it's not even playing. And he just won Mr. Football. First time anybody has ever done that in the state. Back to back.
So that's tough to win as a receiver, Mr. Football as a receiver.
Yeah, man, he is legit. I don't. This is the overall that I'm seeing. For the most part, we got ourselves a center. Thank God.
That's big time. You got to, because y'all guy went to in the portal, didn't he?
Yep, and he's at Ohio State.
I told you, man. Ohio State, I have buying championship. Trying to buy a championship. Highest payroll in college football.
Not if he throwing the ball the way he was throwing to Jalen on. May cost them a win, but
so who would you say is your biggest loss in the transfer?
Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, without a doubt.
That's big time.
I'm just happy he didn't go to y'all. It would have been cheap. with starts and him back there, man. I like, bro. Right. Just don't go to Georgia, man. I can't do. You go, because I love Starks, man. I think Starks.
I asked the question: who was the better player?
Listen. You know what? Y'all got more time. We can get into that.
I'm here.
All right. So listen, they posed that on Twitter, and there's a lot of people was like Caleb hands down. And before y'all give y'all analysis, I think they're equal. The reason why I say that is both of their strengths is the other person's second best quality. So Caleb is, without a doubt, better in the run game. Without a doubt. That's traditional safety work. He comes up in the box. He can do all that traditional safety stuff. And he's good in the pass game. But Malachi is elite in the pass game. But he is good in the run game. Not like traditional safeties. You know what I'm saying? Like Malachi is one of the few safeties that can actually line up at corner. And what's funny is, Brinsky, the conversation me and you had, I used some of that against somebody on Twitter. Because you told me Texas was attacking Caleb in the pass game. You know what I'm saying? They was like Texas and who y'all play in the playoffs? Michigan.
Michigan.
You know what I'm saying? Like they both are good in run and pass, but Malachi is elite in pass coverage, and I feel like Caleb is elite in the run game. So that's my analysis. I got to, that's like I think they equal. I just feel like they strength are the other person's second best quality. What about you, Brisky?
As of right now, I think they're even, and that's saying a lot. Only reason I was saying that about Caleb because he's fresh out of high school and starting at Alabama. That doesn't happen. That right. Lets you know how elite he is, and then you got to have some time out there. And if you have a play caller like Steve Sarkisian playing against you, he's going to mess you up, and it showed in that game. But like you said, Malachi is just elite in that pass game, man.
Right, and I think their trajectories are the same because, like, while Malachi didn't go out for the first play against Oregon his freshman year, he went out. Like I want to say it was the third or fourth play, and like he showed the ball skills. And then Caleb coming into the game, starting first game, showing that elite like mindset and that play being able to read plays and get to the box and make plays as a true freshman. I feel like they own that same kind of trajectory. What about you, Sean?
Man, you know, when I first thought about it, man, I mean, it's really very, very tough, and it's really like splitting hairs, right?
Right.
It's almost like when you ask that question of like, who is the greatest? Then you'll be like, well, this is the greatest shooter, but he's the greatest rebounder. And it's like, well, who is the greatest player? You know what I'm saying? So with me, I like both of you guys kind of hit where I was gonna hit on in terms of their attributes. Like to me, I just think Malachi excels when it comes to his ball skills, when the ball is in the air. When you playing a defender, being able to look back and defend. I think he's better at that. But I think when you're talking about as a football player, Downs is more electric. being able to return kicks and punts. That adds a whole nother element. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, it just depends on what you like. It's like you split ahead. What are you asking?
If you're a defensive coordinator, it's about how
what
you want what you want your safety to do, really.
Right.
That's because there's some teams that want their safety to be that Caleb Downs type, and there's some teams that they really like, you know what, my front seven pretty good. Malachi, you can, and I also said it like this: Malachi can stop you in the run game, but when he tackle you, you might get another half yard or a yard. Right. Like when Caleb hit you outside of the Florida, that one Florida play that everybody like to highlight. Outside of that, when Caleb hit you, no game. Like wherever he hits you, that's where you going down. That's it. Jeff, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, for me, and that's kind of the approach I took, was me as a DC. What would I want? What do I like and expect out of my safeties? And so with that, I would give a slight nod to Caleb because I look for my safeties more in the run game than I necessarily do in the pass game. I like to leave my DBs out on islands and for them to make plays. So I would take Caleb, but it would be by a very slight nod.
Bet. What's going on, Jason? Hall of Fame college football in the building. What's up, my man? We just coming on to the back end of the conversation, talking the difference between who would you rather have or, you know, better player. I don't know if any of us think one's better than the other in totality. It's just kind of a preference of, and that was my argument on Twitter. I was like, I think it's the preference of whoever the fan is or the coach is. I don't think you can, like, because the reason it got me, because somebody said Caleb Downs, large gap, then Malachi. I'm like, are you actually watching the games? Like, what we talking about here? I said Caleb and Malachi on the same level. It just depends on what kind of safety you wanted. You know,
that's why I'm glad y'all didn't get him, because that would have just been cheating.
Right,
man.
The right,
right. So
right,
and that's what, like, and you got to think, like, as far as Georgia concerned, that's why we loved our safety tandem this year, with even adding a nickel into that. You know, Javon Bullard is that hammer to the nail. You know what I'm saying? He coming down in that run game. He feeling. People tried to show him getting burned in the Senior Bowl, but they also showed some clips in the actual, you know, practices and stuff where he was coming in that run game, and the coaches, you know, he ended up winning. Like him and Taki was voted like best DBs or something like that.
I'm glad. My fault.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm glad you said that, man, because I was over there defending you, because I seen it on Twitter. It just pure ignorance, man. When it was like, oh, look at these Georgia DBs getting killed by Florida State play. I'm like, bro, these are safeties.
Right. That won't ever be in the one-on-one situation at the line of scrimmage.
Like, come on, man. Let be for real. Did you not watch the game? I don't care if all their players played, they were still going to lose badly.
Right. Right, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like I say, 2024 Saturday Night Snap Count, man. We talking real ball. You're getting called out if you ain't talking real ball. All right, Jason said they're the same player as in talent and, you know, trajectory. But like I say, I just feel like they bring different things as the elite quality. He said, big salute, SEC connection. Oh yeah, what's going on? He said
one excels a little bit better where the other one doesn't. It's like
like if you go a tier on their talents, you know, 1 and 2. One for Caleb is that run game, that traditional safety thing, and one for Malachi is that pass game ball skills. You say Peyton Bowen should be in the conversation too. Not with I think he's good. I think Peyton Bowen is good, but I don't think he's in the conversation with Caleb and
see, when you're talking about that, you just talking about the safety position. Once again, the guy down return kick. That's a whole nother position.
Right. That's when you're talking about football player, you know, and I try to explain that to people too. Like I've always said, just as an example, I feel like Will Shipley was the better football player, but I've always felt like Phil Moffitt was the better running back, because if you just talking running back, I just need you to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, but football player, they do, you know, Will Shipley can catch out the backfield. You know, his pass pro was better. You know, he could return kicks if you need to, split out wide, stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So just real ball, man. Real ball on the Saturday Night Snap Count in 2024, fellas. Before we get up out of here, Bresky, tell them again where they can find you at, my man. And we expect you back on the Snap Count when we have it on Saturdays. You muted, though. You muted, Briscoe.
Damn, I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm definitely in here for that too. Man, I appreciate you bringing me on. But y'all can find me at the Sharpshooters Podcast on YouTube. Drop every Wednesday. Shout out to my guys, The Haven, Quint, and Arlon. So yeah, man, we doing big things on the road to 500. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And like always, appreciate you and Stat Guy, and definitely Shouty for bringing me on.
No problem, no problem. You said Jason getting in and say, I think he covering people. PB is better than both of them. He ain't better than Malachi, though. Malachi literally can line up at corner better than most corners. Like I say, I think Peyton Boyd good, but I just don't think he in the round with these two guys we talking about. Shouty, tell the people where they can find you, my man.
Hey man, just my damn opinion. On YouTube Wednesday nights at 9:30. I'm gonna tell you what, if Oklahoma fans and Jason, if you still in the chat, that guy, my partner, he always be going left and right sometimes. I don't know where he be going. But tonight he brought some facts, some stats, some analytics. Now I gotta go back and look at this thing again for sure, because he might got a point, man. I mean, he got a great point. And I would have never thought that Oklahoma or South Carolina could technically be in the same spot.
Hey, when it comes to the SEC game, shout out to Stat Guy. Shout out, dog.
Hey, man, look, y'all can find me on here. Y'all definitely going to find me every Saturday night during the college football season, where we're going to be talking real football. And then also check us out, man. We got videos dropping all the time on the channel. Been dropping some basketball content lately. Baseball's right around the corner. Might have a thing or two up my sleeves for y'all there. Just come and check the channel out. We got all sports all the time, baby.
There it is. Hey, yeah, it's Brisky. We're gonna get you on that chucking buckets to talk some basketball, man.
Please.
So, yeah. Also, man, big announcement, man. Big announcement. Me and my guy Shouty, man. We got some new projects coming. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Our first live stream gonna be called Two Sides with Shouty and Coach I, man. I'm gonna give y'all just a little taste. I'm gonna switch over here to our little thing here, and I'm gonna give y'all a little taste of it, just a little intro. That starts. Oh, matter of fact, listen, you got Super Bowl tomorrow, and then next week you got the NBA All-Star game, NBA All-Star weekend. So that Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. The channel is called 365 Convo. If you haven't already, go subscribe to that. And let me give y'all a little taste of it, man. That's me and your boy Shouty Parker, man. Listen, Two Sides with Shouty and Coach I, man. We're gonna be on there live, man, kicking it, talking about everything under the sun, to be honest with you, because the thing is, listen, man, there's two sides to every story, but hey, understanding is a three-edged sword. There's their side, there's your side, and then there's the truth. Make sure you get it right. Next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time, live, man. Make sure y'all in them comments, man.
I got a question.
What's up?
Who's Harvey Dent and who's Two-Face?
I guess you got to watch the show to find out.
That's why you flip the coin. You don't know. Keep the picture, baby.
I want to know who's who. I see that. All right, now.
Hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming
night
in.
Tonight.
Right. That's right, man. We appreciate everybody stopping by tonight for this special edition of the Saturday Night Snap Count, man. Y'all watching that Super Bowl tomorrow. Don't get too tired of Taylor Swift and the Swifties on every, because the guest, hey, it don't matter if Jason Kelce is in on the play, whether he blocking, dropping passes, or catching touchdowns, she gonna be showed after the play. So for my guy Shouty at Just My Damn Opinion, y'all make sure y'all go check him out. And my guy Brinsky Sharp at the Sharpshooters Podcast, go check him out. And my co-host Stat Guy, man, this Coach I, Fan Addict. We up out of here, man.
Peace.